Looking here in Belgium, the market for corporate acquisitions or for the M&A market has become a crowded space. We have a lot of private equity firms also moving into the small deal segment. We have family offices buying companies. We have all kinds of players investing in these type of small targets. A lot of money is flowing into the market. So how can you as an individual still be successful in buying these companies?
I think it is challenging in a market where there are so many actors looking at these smaller type acquisitions. But I do believe where a buyout entrepreneur can be successful is by creating a personal relationship with the owner. Many owners, they've owned these businesses for 20, 30 years. They would be considered a family style business. If the owner is interested in selling, that means they don't have a daughter or son who would take it over, or a son-in-law or a daughter-in-law or whatever. And so I think the vast majority of them are looking for somebody to take over the business who they can trust and who will take care of their people, take care of their clients, take care of the reputation and the legacy that they've built. And so building that particular special relationship with the seller is important. And I think that's how you win as a buyout entrepreneur.
And would you advise people to take the seller on board once the company has been bought, to involve the seller, or do you have any particular idea, or is it very case specific?
No, I think it's good that the seller be available in consulting mode or part-time work, whatever, for the first 6 months. Beyond that, I've rarely seen it work. And generally, shortly after the acquisition, the CEO is like, okay, I need to put my imprint on this company, and I can't do that while the shadow of the former owner is still looming over the business and over the people, and they want them out. So I think you need to plan on the seller exiting sooner rather than later. There's only one thing possibly that could be stopping you, and that's you.
And so one of the big trends we have seen in the US for many years, but slowly it's also spreading into Europe, it's the search fund model, which is a very specific model to help individuals buy companies. Can you explain what the search fund model, what it exactly is, and what's the rationale for it?
Okay, the search fund model is a way for recently graduated MBAs, started in the United States, to acquire a business. Obviously, they don't have a lot of capital they're sitting on, and so the idea was a searcher goes out and would raise, say, $450,000, $500,000 from a pool of 15 investors who each invest around $30,000, and that pool of capital funds a 2-year search, so the salary and office costs and search costs. When the searcher finds a business to acquire, they put together an investment memo, go back to the original investors who have the option to now invest a larger sum of money, $300,000 or $500,000, to participate in their pro rata share of the final acquisition. That gives the ability for the entrepreneur to buy a company, putting in zero capital of their own, but having the possibility of earning up to 25% of the capital gains generated by the deal through the life of the transaction. So it's a fair trade. The investors are getting the benefit of deal sourcing and deal acquisition and management, and the entrepreneurs get the benefit of having some financial backers and being able to make significant financial wealth if they succeed without risking any of their own capital, which most of them don't have in the beginning anyway.
And how would that model, because in Belgium what we see more often is a self-funded search. Typically someone would give up his or her job, would then start to look for a company, of course without any salary, maybe taking some consulting jobs in the meantime. What would be the difference between these two models? Because, you know, if you think about entrepreneurship, it's also about putting the money where your mouth is. So I'm just wondering, what is the difference between these two models?
Well, in terms of putting your money where your mouth is, I think the theory or the idea behind the search fund model is that these individuals have high potential careers to begin with. And so by going and risking their career on a 2-year search, particularly if they're coming straight out of an MBA program where they have career placement services, they could be going out and getting very lucrative jobs, but they forego that to go out and search. So I think they are putting maybe not cash dollars, but they are putting their financial future on the line.